It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Tropical storm Belavan continues to approach the Mariana Islands in the western Pacific, and is forecast to pass just north of Guam into tomorrow, where it's going to cross the international date line and be recategorized as a typhoon. Heavy rain, high wind, and rough surf are expected. For South Texas and the Gulf Coast tomorrow, heavy to excessive rain from the remnants of Lydia could bring a risk of flooding to the region. Closer to home, sunshine all week with temperatures between the mid-70s all the way to the lower 80s. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. We discussed recently that the city of Alamogordo was now on TikTok, even as the United States Army, Navy, Defense Department, House of Representatives, and the list goes on with federal, state, and local municipalities across the nation stating that the service is unsafe. We spoke with Mayor Susan Payne about why the city is on the service.
She wasn't real crazy, meaning Stephanie, was not real crazy about it, but they convinced her to try to appeal to a younger generation. So she's letting them give it a shot, and supposedly our IT team is working on something to make it secure.
The Stephanie in question, of course, is Stephanie Hernandez, Assistant City Manager. The mayor made it clear that she does not condone this act and refuses to be placed on TikTok. In their privacy policy, TikTok lists that it collects usage information, IP addresses, a user's mobile carrier, unique device identifiers, keystroke patterns, and location data, among other data. Now, the mayor commented that the city IT team was doing something to make the service secure. I just don't see how that's possible. The city of Alamogordo is having a regular meeting today at 6:30. There's going to be a presentation on requesting the city to support the efforts to assist New Mexico to obtain coverage under the Radiation Exposure Compensation Act. Also, 2001 Dewey Lane is so ruined, dilapidated, and it's become a menace to the public comfort, health, and peace or safety. They are requesting the abatement. And also, there's going to be a discussion on allowing handouts at commission meetings. Probably an idea that no one thought through whenever they placed it on the agenda. I really hope that one gets shut down. The commissioners and mayor will then adjourn into an executive closed session. The Parks and Recreation Board is holding their next meeting tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the Alamogordo Family Rec Center. The Parks and Rec Board is an advisory board that makes recommendations to the Parks and Rec Department on park maintenance and improvements, programming and recreation opportunities, as well as budget and financial planning. If you have any questions or want some more information, please call 575-439-4269. On Thursday at 9 a.m. will be the Otero County Commission regular meeting. There's a request for the Board of County Commissioners to select and prioritize their capital outlay projects for submission to the New Mexico Legislature. Request approval to support the National Center for Public Lands in the amount of $96,000. And a request approval to a grant agreement between Otero County and the Department of Finance for hiring and supporting law enforcement positions in the amount of just over $656,000. Late last week, former County Commissioner Coy Griffin contacted me to let me know that his January 6th appeal had been filed and is moving forward. I spoke with him about the filing yesterday.
And the appeal just points to the fact that there was no signage or anything to give me nor others indication that that was a restricted area around the Capitol on the outside of the building. So I think the appeal was extremely well written. I think it points to some facts that the government will not be able to get around. And I'm looking for exoneration in this. I'm looking for this conviction to be overturned.
Griffin says the appeal is expected to be heard in November. You can hear the interview in its entirety on the KALH Crazy Radio YouTube channel. The Alamogordo Tiger Marching Band will host their first ever march-a-thon this Saturday, October 14th. The parade will begin at 10 a.m. at the corner of Desert Lakes Golf Course and Hamilton Street. The Jogathon-style parade will continue down Tres Lagos Street and through Eagle Drive. After marching through Eagle Drive, the Alamogordo Tiger Marching Band will continue through Birdie Loop and back on Desert Lakes Road. The event is expected to last until 2 p.m. The Alamogordo Public Library is offering a class on beginner container gardening. That's happening this Saturday, October 14th, from 11:30 till 1:30. It'll be facilitated by Many Hands Alamogordo. The cost of this program is free. If you have any questions, contact the library. Keep Alamogordo Beautiful is looking for youth groups. Read that, groups catering to individuals under 21 in order to assist with the Keep Alamogordo Beautiful Youth Group Partnership. We spoke with Executive Director Sven Sears.
Keep Alamogordo Beautiful received a grant this year that provides funding to be able to help out youth group around Alamogordo to complete different projects for Alamogordo, like whether it's beautification projects, planting trees, flowers, painting, graffiti removal. Any youth group that wants to get involved, there's an opportunity at getting some funding.
Through this partnership, groups can earn up to $300 per event simply by participating in beautification projects around the city. For more information, check out keepalamogordobeautiful.org or contact the office at 575-439-4250. The annual Veterans Day Parade is just around the corner.
We have contacted the Chamber of Commerce, and the application form is on their website, and you can fill it out online and just, leave it with them, or you can download it and fax it to them, or you can drop it off at the Chamber of Commerce.
Richard McElderry speaking with Crazy Radio. Be advised that early absentee voting begins today and will continue through November 7th. That brings to mind an introspective with Pastor Johnny Walker.
This is Johnny Walker with this week's introspection. Just giving you something to think about. As we approach the upcoming elections, I want to remind you of the power you hold within your hands. The power to shape the future of our great nation. Throughout this campaign season, candidates will vie for your support. Their promises will fill the air with hope, ambition, and determination. And while every vote counts, let us not forget the significance of our responsibility after the election. In these turbulent times, it is paramount that we elect leaders who not only seek our vote, but who will also take care of each and every one of you. Your voice, your dreams, and your aspirations should not vanish into the abyss once the cherished ballot has been cast. You are more than a vote. You are the heart and the soul of this community, the backbone of a democracy that thrives on your active engagement and the future that we are building together. Your vote matters, but do you? Too often politicians come knocking on doors, shaking hands and promising the world during election cycles, only to disappear once the victory is claimed. We must not allow this practice to continue. Hold those running for office accountable to the commitments they make. Prioritize their track record and integrity, and question their loyalty to your values, your hopes, and your dreams. Do not settle for mere rhetoric. Demand real change, real progress that will uplift all of us, not just a privileged few. Let us not be swayed by empty promises or short-term gain. Let us instead focus on the long-term impact and hold our leaders accountable. In the coming weeks and months, listen carefully, examine their plans, and judge them not only by their speeches, but by their actions and their commitment to the betterment of all Americans. Our vote, your vote, has the power to change lives, to uplift communities, and to fortify our nation. Together, we will build a future that surpasses the challenges we face. Together, we will ensure that the promises of yesterday become the realities of tomorrow. Together, we will prove that your vote was never taken lightly, but held with the utmost reverence and gratitude for the tremendous privilege it bestows upon us. Your vote matters, but do you? This is Johnny Walker. You can come and visit us at 3001 Thunder Road, Sunday mornings for worship at 10:30 a.m. Or you can just listen to us right here every Tuesday on Crazy Radio.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
A 17-year-old was taken into custody for the shooting death of a 35-year-old man in Hobbs. Hobbs police arrested the 17-year-old boy at home. Police found Maharishi Bhatka with several gunshot wounds at the Executive Inn Motel. Bhatka was taken to the hospital where he later succumbed to his injuries, and the investigation continues. 2 people are dead and 3 others were severely injured in a severe crash caused by street racing. Police say 2 cars were racing in northeast Albuquerque. While the cars were traveling at high speed, they crashed into a 3rd car. The driver of that car was hit and killed, and 2 14-year-old children were injured. Police say the driver in one of the cars was killed and the passenger of that car was injured. The people in the second car, including a child, also suffered minor injuries in that crash. Investigators state that Andy Durres Samel was arrested and charged with homicide by vehicle, reckless driving, child abuse, and racing on the streets. He was booked into the Metropolitan Detention Center. A district judge on Friday ruled against a Republican challenge to New Mexico's congressional district map. Republicans' challenge focused on changes to the boundaries of District 2, stating that it gave Democrats an unfair advantage. The district traditionally encompassed mostly all of southern New Mexico, and the redistricted map split the region up. Judge Fred Van Solen reiterated that some degree of partisan gerrymander is possible, and it only becomes unconstitutional when one party has entrenched itself into the district. The judge ruled Republicans and Democrats gave conflicting testimony on whether the map objectively made future races uncompetitive. The only actual election evidence the judge found was that the Democrats' 0.7% victory in 2022. The judge ultimately ruled that the map is constitutional, stating evidence shows the Democrats did not entrench themselves into the district. Republicans plan to appeal the ruling to the New Mexico Supreme Court. Senate Bill 4, the Healthy Universal School Meals Bill, the law passed earlier this year, which aims to ensure kids across the state have nutritious free meals at school, is in trouble. Lawmakers are now questioning how they're going to be able to afford this as the cost to produce food rises. The program as it stands right now is falling millions of dollars short. $22.5 million was initially appropriated, but if the legislature doesn't cover the costs in upcoming sessions, local school districts will be forced to pony up the shorted funds. New Mexico is one of only 8 states in the nation where the annular solar eclipse, also known as the Ring of Fire, will be visible on Saturday. Sunspot Observatory will be giving free solar glasses to all visitors, and solar telescopes will also be available for public viewing. Sunspot Observatory is located around 20 miles south of Cloudcroft. If you have any questions, call 575-434-7190. Sports and weather are next. You're listening to Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 49 matches for New Mexico volleyball today, including Hagerman at Eunice, Silver at Lordsburg, Capitan at Dexter, Artesia at Ruidoso, Socorro at Tularosa. Wow! Go Lady Cats. Centennial comes to Alamogordo. Go Lady Tigers. There are 7 games scheduled for New Mexico football on Thursday, including Goddard at Mayfield and Lordsburg at Magdalena. Your Crazy Radio spot on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny skies. Mostly clear tonight, sunny tomorrow. Winds gusting as high as 25 miles per hour. Your high today in the basin, 81. Low tonight of 58. High tomorrow, 83 degrees. In Cloudcroft, sunny skies today with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Winds gusting as high as 20 miles per hour. Mostly clear skies tonight with a 20% chance of showers and storms. Winds gusting as high as 18. Sunny tomorrow with winds gusting as high as 39. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 60. Low tonight of 42. High tomorrow, 61 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.